Hey everyone, this video is going to walk you through the four main types of inner child wounds developed in childhood and carried into adulthood. I'll also share some ways you can heal this wound, so stick around to the end. I created an inner child workbook that is available on Amazon. Definitely check that out. So many gems are filled in there. In fact, all the information I'm sharing in this video is pulled from the book. By the way, like this video and subscribe or follow in case you're watching on Facebook or Instagram. Okay, pumpkins, let's begin. P.S. Possible trigger warning. Oh, and also big special shout out to Velasquez Randolph for this video suggestion. The four types of inner child wounds are guilt wound, abandonment wound, trust wound, and neglect wound. If as a child you were humiliated, made to feel unimportant, involved in a car accident, the child of divorce, insulted, emotional neglect, being hit or smacked, the recipient of molestation, shown porn, other sexual content or contact, given burdensome responsibilities, not being fed, emotionally unavailable parents, then you have childhood trauma. Note that those aren't all the examples. Everyone's expression of trauma differs, of course. The goal is to bring self-awareness so that you can have a different reaction and response to a triggering situation or encounter. Also, if you're wondering why I'm using my child avatar, it's because these traumas happened to us as a kid, and in a way this is me connecting with the other inner childs. Each wound is developed based on a different scenario, but I'll give a possible example that may resonate so you can get an idea of cause-effect reaction. Abandonment wound. If you have this wound, you may feel left out, fear of being left out or forgotten, hates being alone, developed codependent relationships, threatens to leave, tend to attract emotionally unavailable people and partners. When Kim is 7, her mom says that she's going to a neighbor's house and will be back at 8:15. It's 8 a.m. Only to get back at 9:30 at night, ignoring Kim when she does arrive home. Stick around to the end for ways that you can support and validate your inner child. Guilt wound. Feels sorry or bad, doesn't like to ask for things, uses guilt to manipulate, afraid to set boundaries, tend to attract people who make them feel guilty. Tanya mom wants to borrow the 15-year-old's money. When Tanya says no and explains she's saving it for her vacation trip this summer, her mother gets heated and reminds her of all the sacrifices that came when she arrived and how hard she works to make a living until Tanya gives in.
I dropped out of college because of you, and you have the nerve to tell me no because you of a field trip, of a little trip you want to have with your friends, and you didn't even ask. No, you know what? No, you're not even going. You're staying your ass right here. Go do something. Swear these kids think they grown.
Trust wound. Afraid to be hurt, doesn't trust themselves, find reasons and ways not to trust people, feels insecure and needs lots of external validation, doesn't feel safe, tends to attract people who themselves do not feel safe. Lisa's mom is on drugs, bringing home men at different hours of the night, sneaking in her room when her mom is knocked out, trying to have his way, and little Lisa says, ouch. She tries to resist, but then all he does is beat her, tries to tell her mom, but her mom doesn't believe her. Lisa's stuck in a world on her own, forced to think that hell is a place called home. Yes, I did quote Luda. Neglect wound. Struggles to let things go, has low self-worth, gets angry easily, struggles to say no, represses emotions, fears being vulnerable, tends to attract people who don't appreciate them or make them feel unseen. Tony sees her mom all the time, but she never acknowledges her. She never tells her that she loves her or hugs her, and she is often making mean, nasty remarks. Tony, who is only 6.
I just had to have a child. Do you know how terribly awful you are? And put you doing down on the ground acting like I'm such a terrible mother when all I do is cater to your needs. Does anybody ever think about my needs? What I want? No, it's all about you.
The good news is that you have the ability to reparent yourself and dismiss your trauma. It's not going to happen immediately. It could very well be something you work on your whole life, but it is worth it. Being free of those heavy, deep gash wounds that nobody can see but they ache. The first step towards any change is acknowledgement. You have to acknowledge that little girl or boy inside of you who is hurt and who has been hurt. By connecting with your inner child, you gain access to new information about unhealed wounds and the needs that may not have been met when you were an actual child. Reparenting becomes the process of meeting those needs and practicing self-care so we can operate in the world as happy, functional adults. I always say it's funny we get programmed as we become adults to get serious, only to become an adult and realize you're too serious and need to get back to that innocent playfulness. Ironic. Some ways to mother yourself. This includes, but not limited to, validate your emotions and your feelings. Pay attention to your emotions and your needs and honor them. Keyword your. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. Offer yourself support and care when you're in pain. Notice how far you've come. Be tender with your heart. Allow yourself to set and maintain healthy boundaries. Remind yourself that you are worth it over and over and over and over again. Apologize to yourself. Remind yourself how awesome you are. Because, oh my goodness, if I haven't told you, you are so freaking awesome. It doesn't even make sense how awesome you are. Be gentle with yourself. Create a safe place, even if that's just in your journal or diary. Reassure yourself you have nothing to be afraid of. Add play into your life. Take responsibility for yourself. Do the things that make you feel alive. I'm going to share some affirmations with you, but I have a little task for you. Create your own affirmation. An affirmation is an expression of truth, an act or saying. I am safe. I am protected. I am loved. Put your hands over your heart. My needs and feelings are valid. I deserve happiness. I am in control of my feelings. I decide how I feel regardless of others' outbursts or actions. I love who I am right now while I am improving. I can provide for myself. I can protect myself. I am compassionate with myself. And now I want to show you this visualization exercise. So what I want you to do is close your eyes and visualize yourself holding your inner child. And if you have a problem or struggle with visualizing your inner child, visualize a baby or a toddler or a teenager and imagine that that is you. Tell them that what happened to them was not their fault. Tell your inner child you are here for them and will not leave. Let your inner child know that their feelings are valid and that you are listening. This would be a great time to get out your journal and express yourself and write down anything else that comes to mind. Beautiful people, thank you for listening. If you learned something or want to add something, do so in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and follow for the next video. Peace and love. Big hugs, big love, because we all deserve it and we all need it.